This is section 4.3, Multiplying Matrices, Guided Notes. When multiplying matrices, the elements of the rows in the first matrix are multiplied with corresponding columns in the second matrix. If A is an n by m matrix and B is an m by p matrix, the result AB of their multiplication is an m by p matrix defined only if the number of columns m in A is equal to the number of rows n in B. We must make sure this is true before multiplying matrices, since there is no solution otherwise. You'll see why this makes sense in just a moment. Let's go through these examples. To start off, go through and identify the first row and multiply it by the first column in the second matrix. You go entry by entry. First entry by first entry, second entry multiplied by second entry, and then you add them together. So you do -1 times -3, and then 0 times 5 and add those. I'm going to write it out for this one. So this matrix multiplication here would be -1 times -3 plus 0 times 5. The next entry would be -1 times 3 plus 0 times 0. My second row of my new matrix will be 3 times -3 plus -4 times 5. And the final entry will be 3 times 3 plus -4 times 0. Put this all together, and your resulting matrix is -1 times -3 is 3 plus 0, so 3. Second entry is -3. Then we have -9 plus -20, so -29. The last piece is just +9. That's how you multiply matrices. Let's see some more examples. This is a 2 by 1 matrix times a 2 by 2 matrix. You can see that these will not work, and that makes sense because if you try and do 10 times 12 and 0, you don't have enough to do it. Like, you can't actually go through and do those same steps. So this one has no solution. Okay, next one. Check, this is a 2 by 2, this is a 2 by 4, therefore when going through and doing these, I like to make sure I break it apart as much as I can and show as much work as I need. So this becomes 32 plus -4. The next entry is 4 times 0 is 0, -2 times -5 is +10. 4 times -1 is -4. 4 or -2 times -1 is plus -2. And then I have 4 times 0 is 0 again. -2 times 8 is -16. So you can see I showed as much work as I could there, or as I needed to, really. 5 times 8 is 40. 40 plus -8 is 32. 5 times 0 is 0. Get 20 right here. 5 times -1 is -5. -4 times 1 is -4. And then I got 5 times 0. -4 times 8 is -32. Put all this together, and this becomes 28, 10, -6, -16. That's my first row. And then 32, 20, -9, -32. That's my second row. last problem, same process. Really, it's the same process for all these. They aren't all that exciting. Do 2 times -2 gives me -4. -1 times -6 gives me -6. 2 times -3 gives me -6. -1 times 1 gives me -1. 2 times 0 gives me 0. -1 times 3 gives me -3. 3 times -2 is 6. 5 times 3 is, not 5 times 3, 5 times 6 is 30. -3 times -3 is 9. 5 times 1 is 5. -3 times 0 is 0. 5 times 3 is 15. This one turned out to be pretty big. 2 times -2 is -4. 6 times 4 is plus 24. 2 times -3 is -6. 4 times 1 is plus 4. And then the last one is just going to be 12. Simplify, and I end up with -10, -7, -3, 36, 14, 15, and 20, -2, 12. That is how you do matrix multiplication. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and make sure you do the practice problems afterwards.